You may have heard that Europe has been dealing with a heat wave, and so I decided to get my meals ready a little in advance since I knew I wouldn't be able to cook much once it got truly hot. Honestly, the heat had already started to affect us, and even while shooting this video, we were running into all sorts of issues with the camera overheating. Anyway, I started with boiling some potatoes, which always comes in handy during the week. I like to use my instant pot because it works away in the background, which is amazing on days like these when you want to get multiple things going at once. Shows up like nothing's changed. If you enjoy making parathas with stuffing or breads with Indian fillings, then you might also want to consider putting together this quick spice blend. I personally love having this spice mix on hand every time I want to make a filling for sandwiches, parathas, or anything along those lines. I mix a few spices as shown on the screen and then use just a few teaspoons of this mix for potato or paneer fillings. It has a tangy, spicy flavor with a lovely aroma from kasuri methi, and the best part is that you can customize it entirely to your taste. Now, jazzing up a basic rice recipe to make it something more delicious, and for that I am keeping a spicy chili garlic paste ready. On days when I am in a hurry, I simply use Kashmiri chili powder to put this together. Combine the two and make a hand ground paste along with some salt. So, powder, salt and garlic. When making the rice later, add this to some oil and saute the mixture a little before adding the rice. It's a simple idea to lift leftover rice from the fridge, and it hardly takes 5 minutes to put together, yet tastes absolutely delicious. To keep our evenings going with little snacks that also hold us over until dinner, this laddoo recipe is a perfect fit. I am taking almonds, cashews and some oats, which I am going to roast for a few minutes in ghee or any kind of fat. I am making a small batch since I want just enough for the week and no more, but you can easily double the recipe. It takes around 10 minutes to roast this to a beautiful golden color. At first the mixture will look crumbly, as you can see here. This is roughly halfway through the roasting. As you continue, the fat releases and the mixture starts to come together like this. If you add more ghee, it turns quite runny, but since we are going to fold in the nut and oat mixture, a little fat at this stage is actually fine. I am now whipping up a super moist and quick muffin recipe in which I've used very little sugar, but again this is something you can make once and enjoy through the entire week or even 10 days. Honestly, I had some leftover carrots I wanted to use up, which is how these carrot coconut muffins came about, and one muffin really does work as a little meal on its own. They turn out moist and not dry at all, which is what makes them even more delicious. After combining the wet ingredients, I am applying some oil to the muffin tray. I should have used muffin liners, but this shortcut works well too, and the muffins release very easily. Fold the dry mix into the wet ingredients gently without overworking the batter. Portion it into the tray and into the oven it goes. Meanwhile, my plants have been showing signs of dryness and wilting because of the intense heat both inside the home and on the balcony. More water isn't really the solution, and at this point, all we can do is hope the indoor temperature stays manageable for them. This is the first time we are experiencing this level of heat, and the plants are definitely feeling it. One helpful option if you're new to caring for plants is to simply place them directly in water. A money plant being a great example since it's very hardy and actually thrives that way. I do have a few tips for looking after indoor plants, so if you'd like them, let me know in the comments and I'll try to include them in an upcoming video.
Nobody sees the truth. Of course we're yearning for something. Yeah, we're still burning and wanting. When this battle is over.
Once the laddoo mixture has cooled to room temperature, we'll fold in the ground nut and oat mixture along with powdered sugar. Now my approach is to keep tasting as I go and add the sugar gradually rather than all at once. Since I want to keep the sugar on the lower side, I am being quite mindful about it, tasting after each little addition. Shaping them into rounds takes no more than 10 minutes for a small batch like this. If the mixture feels too dry, just add a bit of melted butter or ghee and it'll come together. By this point, the muffins were nearly done and it was time to pull them out. Honestly, it's that stretch between lunch and dinner that tends to hit us the hardest, and this is exactly where pre-made snacks like these earn their keep. They're also really practical if you have kids at home and you can easily involve them in mixing the batter or shaping the laddoos. The muffins came out of the tray beautifully, and once they cooled down, I packed them away in a box for later in the week.
When this battle is over, and we're not very much older, but jaded indeed. We've got skeleton keys.
I quickly whipped some coffee with sugar and a tablespoon of water, and to speed things up I use a handy frother that does the job in seconds. Tell me, what are the kinds of things you focus on when you prep for the week? Today's meal prep video is a little different in the sense that I'm not really focusing on main recipes, as you must have noticed. I'm focusing instead on those smaller things we need throughout the week but often forget to prepare and then end up reaching for packaged food instead. I'd picked up some lilies on my last grocery run, quickly trimmed the stems, added water and set them back in their spot.
We don't belong here. I want more out of life. The longer we stay here, our boots get stuck in the mud. Let's pack.
I then moved on to making a quick dough that will also come in handy through the week. For this one, I am replacing water with leftover dal. You can also add more spices to it, but honestly it tastes really good even without them. So if you want to skip the heat from the spices, go ahead. I've added salt and a few other basic spices today because I can use this dough to make masala parathas for breakfast that way. What the dal does is makes the dough beautifully soft, and the rotis or puris, whatever you make, that you get from it are extremely tender.
Let's kiss the past goodbye.
Keeping the pantry stocked and the jars filled is one of those underrated tasks that is absolutely part of a meal prep. Cornflakes are something we go through a lot at breakfast, so I was refilling the jar. I like to label my tall bamboo jars with a black label since it stands out clearly, I feel. If you're curious about how this particular drawer of mine is organized, it's not perfectly neat, I have to confess, but things are grouped by category and that genuinely helps. Let me know in the comments if you'd like a closer look. We only get smaller packs of baking powder here in Germany, and once they're opened, they get a bit messy to manage and end up exposed to a lot of air. So I decided to transfer 2 to 3 packets at once into a small airtight container. It's much more convenient to use that ways and cuts down on air exposure, keeping it fresher for longer. Also, did you know you shouldn't store baking powder in the fridge? Apparently, it absorbs moisture in there and loses its potency. And sometimes, when I know the week ahead is going to be hectic and I won't have much time on my hands, I like to put together a few salad jars in advance. I'm assembling just one right now, but I usually make 2 to 3 to carry me through the week. Simply chop and mix whatever you enjoy in your salad, but hold off on the dressing, salt, spices, and all those things until you're ready to serve. I'm not sure about you, but I find that when the basics are already taken care of, there's so much less chopping and cleaning to do in the kitchen during the week. The only bit of cleaning that happens daily is around the hob, since most of the prep is already done. I haven't shown the chopping portions in this video, but I do like to pre-chop a few vegetables and keep those ready as well. After wiping down the counter, I also set down a new kitchen mat that I'd bought recently. It helps with the sliding of appliances towards me whenever I need to use them.
Another night and I'm just walking, city lights and people talking. I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
Coming back to that sweet potato recipe, when I came across it online, it was being made as a toddler's snack, and I figured it couldn't be bad for us either, so I decided to give it a try. I'm taking about a cup of sweet potatoes, adding cheese and a little melted butter, and that becomes the base for a dough we'll be using to make crisps. When adding the flour, you don't want the dough too stiff or too soft, so add it gradually. Once the dough comes together, roll it out as thinly as possible so that the crisps bake evenly and turn out nice and crispy.
These four walls get so depressing. Fuck me and my second guessing. Reading every text you send.
I'm going the baking route, though I do wonder how they'd taste if you deep fried them instead. If you've made something like this before, then I'd love to hear your tips.
So just tell me, should I let you go? Yeah, I gotta know, yeah, I gotta know if I'm gonna be yours, so don't you keep me waiting. Yeah, I have to know, yeah, I have to know if you wanna be mine, 'cause this is so frustrating. Tell me now.
Now I'm finishing off the sweet potato crisps with a little seasoning. I've drizzled some melted butter and added red chilli powder and chaat masala, though you could just as easily go with garlic powder and parsley or whatever flavor direction you prefer. It really takes them to the next level.
I think I might just lose my mind 'cause of you. Yeah, I gotta know, yeah, I gotta.
And that evening for dinner, I ended up making those masala parathas with bengan ka bharta on the side, which is a smoky Indian brinjal dish. This was my preparation for the days ahead. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, here's Home Gupshup signing off.